It might surprise you to hear this, but if you're seeing this right now, it's no coincidence. You've reached a pivotal moment where the pen is placed in your hands. The first page is open, ready for you to create a new reality. Watching for at least 12 minutes affirms that you're prepared to embrace every benefit connected to this calling. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 77 to signal to the universe that you're open. Then leave another comment, ready for what's next, in a natural tone. Taking these steps will bring immediate, tangible benefits and open the door to a new season of transformation. Chapter 1. A blank page has never felt so freeing. The journey to this point hasn't been easy. Emotional battles, lingering doubts, and unfinished dreams. Perhaps you've tried rewriting past chapters of your life, only to watch the ink blur under the weight of regret. Others may have told you that your chance had passed, that you were stuck in the same routines or burdens, but something inside you refused to accept that. Deep down, you knew the story wasn't over, that a fresh start was always possible if you had the courage to take it. Now that moment has come. Looking at your life, you realize you're no longer bound by old narratives. Yes, your scars remain, but they have shaped you into someone with a voice the world needs. Your unique journey, marked by trials, tears, and quiet victories, has given you wisdom that can not only guide your own path, but inspire others, as long as you choose to express it, whether through words or fearless action. The Matrix claims new beginnings are rare, but you stand as living proof that God bestows fresh starts on those who keep faith through the darkest nights. Still, fear may creep in. What if my first lines are messy? What if I repeat old mistakes? But a chosen one understands that an imperfect draft is better than no draft at all. Each mark on the page is a step from regret to actualization. You no longer need to measure your future by past stumbles. The blank space before you welcomes fresh ideas. Even if you smudge the page a bit, it's still your story, shaped by your unstoppable heart. Some around you might not get it. They'll say, "Why reinvent yourself now? Isn't it too late?" They're stuck in chapters that no longer serve them, projecting that limitation onto you. But you've done letting external cynicism dictate your narrative. The universe orchestrated events so that your final attempt at reinvention would occur at exactly the right moment. This moment. Accept it. Embrace the blank page with humility, not arrogance. Aware that you're co-creating with a divine blueprint far greater than your limited logic. Keep an eye out for subtle confirmations that you're on track. Maybe new allies appear, or random feedback gives you the confidence to keep writing. Each sign is God whispering, "Trust me, you're meant to do this." The Matrix tries to drown those whispers with illusions of failure or shame, but your ear is tuned to a higher frequency now. Doubt no longer arrests your pen. You realize any mistake is fixable, that the only tragedy is leaving the page forever blank. Armed with that knowledge, you press the pen firmly to paper, letting your next chapter spark into existence, because truly, a new beginning is your birthright, and this time, you'll script it with unwavering faith. Chapter 2. Your hidden drafts prepared you for the spotlight. You wrote pieces of your story in private, tiny paragraphs of hope, sketches of future goals, or prayers inscribed in notebooks. Maybe you used journals to vent or to capture fleeting visions. At times, you crumpled these drafts in frustration, convinced no one would understand your voice. Yet unknown to you, each hidden practice honed your clarity. While the world saw you as indecisive, you were actually refining the raw material needed for a real masterpiece. Those hidden drafts weren't wasted. They anchored your dreams to storms of doubt. Each time heartbreak knocked you off balance, you returned to a journal or an art piece, re-entering the quiet corners of your soul. Some of your best insights came in these vulnerable sessions, even if you had no immediate plan for how to share them. The Matrix wants you to see half-finished attempts as failures, but you recognize them as stepping stones, pieces of a puzzle waiting to form a cohesive vision. Now the universe says, time to unify those fragments. You're about to step into a new beginning that demands all the nuance you developed in secrecy. While once you hesitated, you sense a surge of readiness. It's like you can no longer hide behind a not good enough excuse, because your spirit resonates with unstoppable purpose. You realize the only thing that kept you from letting your voice ring out was fear that your partial drafts weren't perfect. But authenticity often resonates stronger than polished performance. This calling to piece together hidden drafts also shows up in your daily interactions. Perhaps you start referencing ideas you once locked away, surprising old acquaintances who never guessed you had such depth. Some will be inspired, others threatened. Either way, it's validation that your once private musings matter. The universe is forcing them from the shadows, a sign you're entering a season where your perspective is not just welcome, but essential. Your biggest challenge may be letting go of guilt for not acting sooner. What if I'd had the courage to do this years ago? Let the lament fade. Your timeline is perfect because each heartbreak will lessen and shape your current viewpoint. That viewpoint is what the world needs now, not some earlier, untested version of you. God orchestrated a route that might appear meandering, but was in truth meticulously designed to produce exactly the voice you now wield. So gather your hidden drafts, whether literal pages or figurative wisdom gleaned from silent struggles, and prepare to merge them into a cohesive story. The universe is amplifying your readiness to share, ensuring your audience arrives in tandem. It's less about fame or validation and more about aligning your truth with the hearts that crave it. In that intersection, your new beginning transforms from an internal dream into an external reality, no longer suppressed but thriving in the brilliant light it deserves. Chapter 3. You shed the weight of old comparisons. One reason you've hesitated to write a new chapter is the nagging voice that says, "Others have done it better. I'm too far behind." The matrix fosters comparison, making us believe only the ultra-polished deserve success. But as a chosen one, you're not here to mimic someone else's story. God didn't craft your experiences so you'd replicate a template. He shaped them so you'd create a narrative uniquely your own. That's the reason you see illusions crumble every time you try to follow someone else's script. Comparison is a thief that robs your creative spark. You might have scrolled social media, seen people who seen miles ahead, their businesses thriving, their relationships golden, their artistry adored. For a while, your confidence wavered, making you wonder if you should surrender your dreams. But each time you nearly gave up, a subtle sign reminded you your journey is incomparable. While their path might look shiny, it's not necessarily aligned with your calling. And your calling, once activated, can't be matched by anyone else's highlight reel. Breaking free from comparison means no longer measuring your success by others' timelines. You set your own pace, led by divine cues. Maybe you found breakthroughs at an age society doubts is too late, or your style of expression defies conventional norms. That's not a flaw, it's evidence of your authenticity. The universe invests in originality, not copies. So let that realization liberate you from the burden of competing. Instead, see the success of others as proof that abundance can be shared, not as a blueprint to ape. Your newly discovered confidence might feel unsettling to some around you. They're accustomed to a tamer, self-effacing version of you. Their comfort hinged on you underestimating yourself. The moment you stop that, they might accuse you of arrogance. That's not your problem. Chosen ones can't be shackled by small-minded judgments. You grew beyond that cage. Let them either adapt to your newfound confidence or fade out. You can't dim your light to calm their insecurities. In this new chapter, you stand in your own lane, trusting that your style, approach, or timeline is precisely what the universe orchestrated for maximum impact. The financial blessings or creative expansions that follow won't look like anyone else's. People might call your success weird or lucky, failing to see the intangible synergy at work. That synergy stems from releasing the weight of old comparisons, letting your unique energy speak for itself. And because it's purely you, not a secondhand imitation, no competition can replicate your formula. So lean into that courage. Dare to create, to love, to attempt new heights without referencing how others did it. The very act of stepping outside the matrix's comparison game magnetizes the resources you need. Freed from envy or self-doubt, you unlock a flow of abundance that aligns with your inherent gifts. That abundance confirms a truth. The universe rewards those who act from an authentic center, trusting God's plan is big enough for their unrepeatable brilliance. Chapter 4. Your faith in the unseen attracts quick results. One crucial trait sets you apart as a chosen one. Your faith in outcomes no evidence can yet verify. You sense your new beginning as if it's tangibly present, even though it's still in the cosmic pipeline. This unwavering belief in the unseen acts like a gravitational pull, summoning opportunities of remarkable speed. While the Matrix teaches that seeing is believing, you operate inversely, believing to see results. That reversal stuns observers who can't fathom how your intangible trust consistently bears tangible fruit. At times, you might have doubted your own approach, especially when progress lagged. You saw others rely on raw logic, scoring small wins that felt more certain. But inside, you felt a deeper call, one that didn't revolve around minimal goals or safe choices. Whenever you tried to scale back your belief to match your environment, your spirit resisted. God placed an unquenchable hunger in you for bigger horizons, refusing to let you settle for half-lives. Now you notice how quickly events align when you remain unwavering. Aces or calls with critical leads arrive soon after you reaffirm your vision. Solutions to long-standing hurdles appear spontaneously once you decide in prayer or quiet reflection that the solution is already here. People who discounted your approach as naive or overly spiritual watch in shock as you leap past typical processes. They question your methods, but you see it plainly. Faith in the unseen shortens the usual waiting period. Of course, you still do the work. Faith without action is hollow, but your action flows from a place of rest, not panic. Because you trust God's direction, your steps are bolder, your decisions more immediate. You're not paralyzed by what ifs since you operate on why not. The Matrix tries to plant seeds of indecision, but your dynamic synergy with the divine outmaneuvers them. Each small success cements the pattern, building unstoppable momentum that no naysayer can break. Still, remain humble about your faith's potency. Pride creeps in easily when your methods appear to outshine typical hustle. But the moment you exalt your own brilliance over the spiritual principle behind it, you risk severing that synergy. A chosen one recognizes that their power is borrowed from an infinite source. By crediting God for the alignment, you keep the channel open for more blessings. People might label you lucky or special, but you know your power lies in staying yielded, letting faith guide each step. Ultimately, your readiness to believe before seeing compresses the timeline for your new beginning. Others spend months or years meandering, waiting for hard proofs. You skip to the front of the line by forging intangible trust into real outcomes. In doing so, you set an example that can't be easily dismissed, hard evidence that a synergy between unwavering faith and purposeful action outpaces the Matrix's cynical norms. This synergy is the reason your hot new chapter is set to unfold swiftly, returning all you lost in multiplied measure and catapulting you into the breakthroughs you once barely dared to imagine. Chapter 5. You channel past pain into magnetic confidence. With the promise of a blazing new beginning, you might wonder how to reconcile old scars. Didn't that heartbreak or betrayal leave you fragile? Yet ironically, those very wounds transform into a magnetic confidence. You realize each time you fell, you rose again, forging a track record of resilience. Instead of overshadowing your new start, past pain now underwrites it, proving no setback can fully shatter you. This transformation from victim to victor radiates an aura that draws in supportive energies and repels the shallow. Your scars serve as credentials. In a world selling fast cures and superficial triumphs, you represent authenticity shaped in adversity. People sense you're not naive. You just refuse to let cynicism define your worldview. That tension between acknowledging real suffering yet maintaining unwavering hope creates a magnetism the Matrix can't replicate. You speak from lived experience, not theory, so your voice carries weight. The universe sees that sincerity and channels blessings your way, trusting you won't squander them on trivial pursuits. In practical terms, your sense of self-worth is no longer up for debate. If an offer or relationship doesn't meet the respect or alignment you deserve, you walk away confidently. That boundary emerges not from bitterness, but from self-knowledge. You learned you'd rather wait for genuine synergy than settle for illusions. This stance cuts out dead-end entanglements swiftly, preserving your energy for the real opportunities about to surface. Also, channeling old pain into confidence fuels your creativity. You sense that the raw emotions you once bottled up can be harnessed into art, leadership, or simply a radiant presence that inspires others. Because you're not faking positivity. You earned it by wrestling with darkness. The matrix, which thrives on half-truths, finds you immune to its manipulative marketing or fear tactics. You see illusions coming miles away, and that clarity ensures you remain on course. Some might misread your new boldness as aggression or arrogance, especially if they only knew the timid or subdued version of you. Let them misinterpret. Over time, results speak louder than their assumptions. You remain gracious but unshakable, not dumbing down your growth to comfort their limited perspective. In time, many of them may adapt or even apologize, recognizing your rise for what it is, a testament to unstoppable faith. Thus, past pain serves as the foundation of your unstoppable new era. You're not disclaiming it or erasing it. You're converting it into an internal furnace, fueling everything you do next. That furnace of transmuted pain merges with faith to make you unstoppable. And it's precisely this unstoppable vibe that aligns with the universe, ready to return everything you lost, plus interest, ensuring your new beginning doesn't just fill old voids, but expands into territories you once deemed impossible. Embrace that glow, grounded in your scars, certain no heartbreak was wasted. Each one set the stage for a triumphant entrance into your next greatest chapter. Chapter 6. You welcome unexpected allies for the journey. One sign you're stepping into a fresh start is the appearance of new allies or old acquaintances re-entering with changed hearts. Maybe a coworker you barely spoke to starts offering help, or an online acquaintance suddenly shares resources that dovetail perfectly with your goals. Initially, you might be cautious given your history of betrayal, yet your intuition hints these aren't the same manipulative figures from before. Some genuinely want to see you prosper. At first, it feels odd to accept assistance from strangers or near strangers. Pride might whisper, "Handle it alone, you're strong enough." But part of your new beginning includes shedding the lone wolf mentality that prolonged your struggles. God sometimes moves blessings to the hands of people you least expect. So let your discernment guide you. If an ally truly resonates, swallow your hesitancy and cooperate. This synergy might catapult your progress far beyond what you can do solo. You also find those you once overlooked revealing hidden talents. Maybe a quiet friend who always observed from the background emerges with precisely the solution you need. Or a family member you judged as unmotivated surprises you with unwavering support. This phase is about discovering hidden gems in your circle, the universe clearing the stage so authentic supporters stand out. People who thrive on illusions or petty drama fade away, leaving a core team that shares your moral stance and unstoppable mindset. Of course, not every new face is genuine. That's why your intuitive sense, honed through heartbreak, serves as your filter. You can sense if an ally's energy aligns with yours, or if they harbor envy or hidden motives. Instead of letting suspicion sabotage potential alliances, you calmly scan for red flags, then either proceed or politely distance yourself. This balanced caution ensures you remain open, but not naive, letting your new beginning flourish with authentic partnerships. Once these allies gather, your endeavors feel lighter, as though the burden you once carried alone is now a shared mission. Whether it's building a creative project, launching a new business, or simply revamping your personal life, their input and resources accelerate your vision. The Matrix teaches fierce competition, but your life defies that narrative. You see that communal uplift fosters unstoppable momentum, each person's gift weaving into a tapestry that no negativity can unravel. Hence, the sudden influx of supportive individuals confirms your cosmic alignment. God orchestrated them to appear right on cue, each with a puzzle piece you lacked. You humbly acknowledge you can't do everything alone, nor were you meant to. This acceptance dissolves old pride and opens the floodgates of abundance. Indeed, the synergy of heartfelt collaboration stands to surpass any solitary effort you might muster. Embrace these allies, remain watchful for synergy, and let this renewed sense of community propel you into the culminating pages of your fresh narrative. Chapter 7. You fill the page with purpose and step into triumph. Having embraced your unique gifts, faced old wounds, and welcomed authentic alliances, you arrive at the final step, boldly writing your new life story. You look down at page 1, pen in hand, and realize you're done hesitating. Enough soul searching, enough analyzing. Now you commit your dreams to writing, literal or metaphorical, declaring to yourself and to God that you're ready. This declaration isn't a timid wish. It's a vow, bridging your internal faith with external action. Your new season doesn't erupt in chaos. Instead, it unfolds with a sense of assured calm. Each day, you jot down a step or intention that moves you forward. If you're building a new career, you schedule calls or refine your portfolio. If it's a relationship, you communicate with honesty and vulnerability. Each move resonates with your authentic self, leaving no room for the inauthentic patterns that once blocked your path. The universe, delighted by your initiative, swiftly aligns resources, doubling or tripling the fruit of your efforts. In writing this chapter, you uphold the principle of non-attachment. You chase your vision passionately, but don't collapse if minor setbacks arise. You realize every great story needs tension and resolution. If a plan stalls, you rework it, trusting God's overarching blueprint. This fluid approach ensures you adapt quickly, never losing momentum. Each time you pivot, you do so from a position of faith, not panic, which in turn draws alternate solutions you might have missed if you clung to a single rigid plan. Gradually, you see how your pages fill with successes, breakthroughs, and deeper connections. The sense of lack or heartbreak that once colored your life fades into footnotes, overshadowed by fresh achievements. Those around you may be in awe of your transformation, calling it sudden success or a miraculous comeback. But you know the truth. This victory was shaped by silent struggles, unseen tears, and unwavering dedication that only God fully witnessed. Now you stand as living proof that the chosen can lose everything, only to rise again, greater than before, creating an even more extraordinary reality. And this is just the beginning. The difference now is that you no longer fear the unknown ahead. You see it as limitless potential, an open invitation for your creative power to shape what comes next. Each day is a fresh page. Each page is yours to write. When a new dream emerges, you embrace it with confidence, knowing the universe rushes in to support you the moment you commit. Free from illusions and anchored in your renewed sense of worth, you welcome life's possibilities with a bold, playful certainty. I co-write my story with God. Nothing can stand in the way of that. So let your final lines radiate purpose. You are stepping into a powerful new beginning, reclaiming everything you once thought was lost, crafting a story that defies past limitations. This is the season where your words ignite the world with possibility. No fear, no hesitation, just unstoppable faith that every page of this next chapter will overflow with blessings. Each line a testament to the divine synergy between your spirit and the cosmic forces fully aligned with you.